Okay, well, there are basically two kinds of strops. One is a paddle strop, which is a piece of wood and some kind of leather. This is suede, glued on top of it. It has two sides. Coarseness or smoothness is slightly different. This flexes a bit. This is quite wide. This is 3 inches, which is a good width for any strop. Nice handle. This is French from Thierry Sarr. I don't use it all that much, but it's nice. It's a nice way to strop. More common is the hanging strop, which has a leather of some kinds, different kinds of animals. This is a cow from Australia. That's a horse. This one has also a textile portion. This is cotton, I believe, and I use this for after I've shaved to basically get rid of all the dirt and make sure the edge is perfectly dry. But the main stropping action is on this side. Stropping basically doesn't make your razor more sharp. It returns the edge to where it was before you shaved, if you do it properly. You can't make a dull razor sharp by stropping. You need to hone it. This is a hollow razor. It's a good way to start when you learn to strop, and I'll explain why in a minute. Basically, you want to make sure you keep the strop pulled taut, not in a way that makes you cramp your hand or your arm, but you want to pull it a bit. It's going to flex a little bit anyway as you move back and forth or up and down with the razor. So how much can you stretch too much? Well, you don't want it to be painful, and you don't want to ruin anything, but in the beginning, keep it quite taut. Lead with the edge. No, don't do that. Lead with the spine in 2 ways. One way is that when you address, i.e. put the razor onto the strop, you want to put the spine down first and then the edge. And second, we move the razor spine first, always. So I put it down. I don't have to put it down hard like that, but I put it down on the spine, then gently put the edge down. I want to make sure it doesn't move across or against the edge, because then I will destroy the edge and I will destroy or nick the strop. So spine first, then edge, then I go up, I roll on the spine, and I go back. Basically, the spine never leaves the strop. That's my way of making sure there's good control. I'm not very agile or adapt with my hands, so watching me is like watching someone strop for the first time, and I don't go very quickly because I can't. But up and down is what you do. How much pressure to apply? Good question. Some people say just let the weight of the razor be the pressure. I would say you need to apply a little bit more pressure. When you strop with a hollow razor, you can go by sound. So keep it taut, spine first, then the edge. A little bit of pressure to make this sound. I hope you can hear it, because if I go only with the spine, there's basically no sound, but with the edge, it makes a swooshing sound. You want to make sure you get that sound, and if you have a leather with a little bit of resistance, you also get a draw in the spine that you can feel. That's something you figure out after a while, but sound is good for me. You don't have to go quickly, you can go slow. This is too slow. Well, you can actually do that, but I would do this. That's enough. I get the draw, I get the sound. I have to remember to keep it taut. All strops have some kind of irregularity. They're concave, they're convex, and the same goes for the edge. So you want to occasionally do basically an extra stroke. Go slightly to the side. I don't go more sideways than this because I don't want to lose control or lose control over my stropping action. You can go with slight X movements or sideway movements all the time, but you can also just go up and down for most of the strokes. If you know what you're doing, 50 laps, so 50 up and downs, is enough to bring your razor back to the condition it was before you shaved, if you do it properly. This is as quickly as I get. You can go quicker, but what's the point? So that's a hollow razor. If you have a wedge style razor, this is not very hollow, not very concave. It's a bit trickier because you can't go by sound. Again, you move just the spine, that's the sound. If I put the edge down, it sounds pretty much the same. So I would recommend, if it's possible, to learn to strop with a hollow razor. When you have the gist of it, that's when you can strop with a wedge. You can strop with a wedge anyway, but then it's more, you have less clues basically in terms of what you're doing. If you're doing it right, you get very little feedback, just like you do when you shave. Plenty of videos on this topic, plenty of them better than this one, but this was my 5 cents basically. You want to keep it clean, away from dirt. I keep it in the bathroom, so when we take showers it gets moist. That's okay, you can survive that. But I move my hand up and down or forearm up and down 10-15 times every time before I strop, to basically moisturize it, because the fat in the skin moisturizes the strop. I also use mink oil. Some people say don't. I do. Very occasionally, to basically clean it and condition it. You don't want cleaning liquids or anything like that, but mink oil works fine, just not all the time. That's it. I hope that was worth something. Thanks for watching.